Today guys, it's your boy Joe from Zanti Petrolage and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Compliments of the new year and we're starting the year off with a bang. Today we are reviewing the Volvo XC60 T8 all-wheel drive ultimate dock recharge. It's a long name, but it goes along with what this car has in store for it. So I'm gonna be very biased to this car in this review because I've fallen in love with this car. I don't even know how to explain it anymore. This car has 340 kilowatts, 709 newton meters of torque, and propels you from 0 to 100 in 4.8 seconds. Amongst other things. So it is a mild hybrid. If you come over here, you can see that we do open this flap here and we insert a charge. But one of my complaints is that this takes the whole night to charge. I wish this was faster because the range for the charging on electric only is around 60 to 70 kilometers, depending on how you drive, but it takes a long time to charge. So I'm not really a big fan of that. On the exterior, guys, we already have this 21-inch rims, which look pretty nice, sitting on air suspension. So when you start the car, it goes up in all different modes. It goes up and down, amongst a few other things. So we have handless entry to this beautiful interior. Just summarizing a few things here. We have the Swedish flag here, a whole Swedish interior there, looking all beautiful. But then also there's other things to talk about when you come to the back. Hopefully it works this time. We have all this technology. It works whenever it wants. I don't know why when I'm doing this doesn't want to work. But either way, I can either just open the boot by long pressing the key there to access this spacious boot, which when you do this, right, it's quite tricky to put, right? And something happens which is rough in the car. Just one tap, it goes up and then you can't see anything when you reverse. But anyway, I think Volvo can work on fixing that. Down here is where the charger is supposed to be. We have the air suspension thingies and the big battery. I left the charger at home because I don't have time to be going to malls to charge. So enough about just a summary of this vehicle. Let's dive right into it. So first things first, this was my December car and I have a lot to talk about it. So I'll try and cram this into at least 2 YouTube videos because there's a lot to talk about this car. This is my new, I'm going to say dream car. I want those fancy cars and everything, but this could be the perfect daily. It's subtle, it fits in a lot of places. You're not forcing too much with this car. So starting off with the basic details, this is the XC60 T8 Recharge Ultimate Dock. So there is also a bright option which you pay like 5k extra for that, but this is the dock, which is the standard. And I feel like why should I pay more to have gloss when I can enjoy this all black mess up, man? I love it. The listing price, this goes for around 1.388, so 1,388,000 starting price for the T8 all-wheel drive recharge specifically. There's many things we can talk about the variants in terms of these cars and the different pricing, but then this also comes in the onyx black metallic color, and I love this color. But one thing I will complain about it is that having this car during December, where it's a very rainy season here in South Africa, you wash the car now, it rains, it becomes dirty. Just like literally now, this car is from the car wash. I know it looks nice, shining, and this metallic color, but if I just show you there, there's evidence of already dirt. So that's what I've been struggling with. Black cars be called to high maintenance. We also have those 21-inch rims there, and I mean, look at it, looks presidential, but low-key kind of cool, especially against this competition. And I think this car means a lot, truly. Now let's talk power figures. We have a hybrid system, as you can see from here, that we do plug. It's a plug-in hybrid. This car has an electric motor and a 2-liter turbo petrol engine. In total, they produce 340 kilowatts and 709 newton meters of torque. I know, right? I know, it's a lot. And that helps this car propel from 0 to 100 in 4.8 seconds. For a car of this size and this weight, man, this is a blistering car. I've Went to a couple of drag strips, but took dry runs alone, and people were actually surprised by the weight that this car has and how fast it actually pulls. So that's something to look out for. We have the same system in the XC90, but then we have the same power figures and all that, which means this is the most fastest one in terms of comparing it to the XC60 because of the weight. As I mentioned from the beginning, that this car, with a starting price of around 1.4 million, just under 1.4 million, specifically for the T8 recharge, ours has quite a few options, which are just around 200,000 worth of extra options. It's quite an extensive list of optional options. For example, the Onyx Black color cost a whopping 5,000 rands. The 21-inch rims, surprisingly, are actually standard. There are some 22-inch rims, but one thing I also had a problem with is, going on gravels or potholes, especially the roads we have in South Africa. I used to love 21-inch rims. Right now, I'm not really a big fan of them as they kind of messed up the ride a bit. Although the air suspension does come into play in that part. The interior-wise, we have the blonde ventilated Nepal leather, which costs a whopping 33.9 thousand rands. The power seat package, which is 3.1 thousand. The LED package, which is 15,300. The drive assist package, which is 19.3 thousand. The climate package, which is 11,000, which qualifies for the heated steering wheel, air purifier, heated rear seats. And then we have the options which we just added for ourselves. For example, the 360 camera, the tinted rear windows, which actually help you look seriously presidential, and the front massage seats, which is an option which I love. Oh, forgot the prices. 360 camera is 11,000. Rear tinted windows is 7.7. Front seat massage is 11.7. And one of my favorite features is the Bowers and Wilkins high fidelity audio system, which costs a whopping 45,600 rands. And I gotta say, all of that is worth it, believe it or not. So let's go into the nitty-gritty details into the Volvo, because that's where the beauty lies. If you just come closer and examine these lights, you see the detail put into these lights. We have the Volvo design language, obviously, but look, man, the design in these lights are just so spectacular, and we have the indicators right there where that is. We obviously have the Volvo badging right here with the XC60 T8 AWD recharge along them, as I say. And then coming onto this side, as I said, we have the beautiful rim. Looking at the wheel arches, as you can see, this car is meant to be sexy with those standard rims, man. Look at that. Whew. And this color, more especially, man, this car just looks very beautiful. As you say, it's the ultimate black edition, so we have blacking there. Usually you would find chrome there on other cars. We have that panoramic sunroof and automatic wipers, T8 recharge port there, and we have the whole profile, not forgetting the front LED lights, which are just stunning. They have written there inside, if I can show you guys, full LEDs, and it is a full LED system, as I will show you that when you turn, the lights turn before the wheels turn. You'll see what I'm talking about. As this is the dark edition, everything is all black. You have to pay extra for the chrome packages, which I don't see myself doing. And this is Volvo safety car, so we have multiple cameras. We have one over here, one over there, under each mirror, just a whole bunch of cameras, and the one at the back. So I think that sums up the exterior, man. This is like the baby XC90, but for me it looks more sexier. Kill me if you want, but that's my conclusion. This one looks way more sexier than the XC90, so I would rather go for this, unless you become a family man and you have to have a 7-seater, but ultimately this is the best one to buy. So now let's hop onto the inside. This is where things get very interesting, as you're greeted by this beautiful interior. And we have 15, guys, did you hear me? 15 Bowers and Wilkins sound system speakers in here. So that's one, there's 2 on the doors, 2 on the bottom door, so that's 4 on top. I'll just do a video just showing all of them individually. So back to the review. As we get inside, man, you just see the steering wheel and this interior, which I'm not really a big fan of the color. I would have taken the darker version because over time, um, yeah, it's just a lot of maintenance for someone like me. If you enjoy this and you are a very well maintained person, this would suit you. We have the two buttons here in the Volvo language. One thing I do like from the interior is that everything is driver focused. So as you can see, the infotainment system, if you look from this side, it's focusing on the driver. And if I show you guys from this side, just bear with me running open to the side. It's more driver focused, made for the driver, which is a beautiful thing. We have low-key Swedish hints there. We have the Swedish flag there, the Swedish flag there. Not forgetting the crystal gear knob, which we have here. And one thing, Volvo, I will say you did wrong is the cables coming here, and there's not really an exit system for the cables. I feel like that damages the cables after a while. But overall, this is a pretty neat system. Everything looks good. A nice start-stop button there, and adjustable seats, which can do a lot of things. Massage you. We can talk the whole day about these seats. So I'll just do a separate video on the interior. So today we're just doing mini basics, and we come to the back. Featured by the same speakers and the heated seats at the back. A lot of my passengers during the festive season, I've just been putting them on. Then you just hear people after a while, "Oh my god, is it me or it's hot in here?" And then I was just playing with them. Lucky that I can control that from there. We have that nice panoramic sunroof, which just looks lovely. It's nice for viewing the moon, and some more of those Bowers and Wilson sounds speakers. There and there we have, yeah, the seats. These seats, you can make them sleep from the front. Now we come to the rear. Hopefully I'll try my luck again. Still not working. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. This is a huge boot, and I was dropping this, or if you want more boot space, just drop that. Oh, this is a lot of work. Look at that. You are in the way. You could put a lot of things in there if you needed to, which I don't know what you would be doing, but yeah. Whew. Then you just press get your clothes. Well, on the inside, how does it feel to drive? How's the comfort? I mean, besides the other things such as massaging seats and everything, currently I'm on the highway in pure mode. I can either choose power mode to go fast or hybrid mode to charge the battery as I go. Currently my pure range is sitting on 56 kilometers, and it's pure comfortable. You don't hear anything. Everything in this car just makes you feel very comfortable. You are in a nice luxurious SUV, not the biggest of the biggest, but the mid-sized. And from its competition, as you can see, there is a GLC passing me. That's its competition, and I'd rather be in this. So the drive is very comfortable, as you expected. Let me just give you guys a hint of how it may sound when it's in power mode. The engine is on, it's in all sports mode. I'm going currently 60 kilometers, but just watch how the camera whooshes back as soon as I go on the accelerator. 120. And yeah, I've got it in B, which it brakes for itself. What the one step thing I was talking about. So there's the one touch drive where you don't have to put your foot on the accelerator, on the brake. Just as you accelerate, the less you accelerate, the car brakes. The more you accelerate, accelerates with you and eventually cuts it out. But instead of always putting your foot on the brake and accelerator, you can have your foot on one pedal for braking and accelerating. But as I said, the takeoff of this car is purely insane because of the electric motor accompanied with the with the petrol motor accompanied with the electric motor. Don't get me confused there. But I purely enjoy driving in pure. I'm already saying pure a lot because, guys, for the past week I've been sitting at home. The holiday was over, and I don't go around much, so I don't pour petrol. The range is sitting on 100 kilometers. Sometimes it's on 90 between the two. I'm just going from town back home, and the battery charge of 60 to 70 kilometers is enough for me. For up and down, it's very convenient. I'm not wasting my money on fuel. The only thing I'll just complain about over that is just the charging time, and it takes, if I charge it late at night, probably be, let's say, around 8 o'clock, it'll probably be full at around 4 or 3 a.m. in the morning. So that's kind of tricky on how you want it, because I would have loved for this to be a system whereby if I'm leaving my house right here, going to a friend in Senton, which is like 50 kilometers away, if I'm not mistaken, 30, 40 kilometers away from Pretoria, I would wish that I get to my friend's house and this had a quick charger system where I can charge my car at my friend's house in the next 2 hours and I'll be back to full and drive home. So if the mild hybrid part could maybe enhance that, I really love the system. That's my only problem with it. Other than that, man, on other days you'll just catch me in my Apple Music. I haven't connected my phone right now, listening to the Bowers and Wilkinson 12 insane. No, it's not 12. It's 15 insane speakers. I mean, and that attention to detail, guys. Attention to detail and everything, man. There's the Swedish flag over there with the nice interior, the Bowers and Wilkinson on the sound there. Um, I'm not a fan of the color scheme of the interior. This blonde, because yeah, I'm a person that does a lot of traveling, mostly with family or friends, and especially now during the rainy season. Biggest problem I had was just mud and everything. So having to keep this interior very clean is an issue and a half. But if you are a person that never goes outdoors, or this is not the car for the outdoors, let me say that it's for posh places. Yes, it does have the off-road function and all that, but yeah, I've honestly enjoyed this car. This is the car which is on my bucket list. I hope one day I can afford this car. Obviously, you have those nice sports cars, but as my daily, this car, which right now I just had the adaptive cruise control and it can drive itself. As you can see, the steering wheel is shaking, right? I just have to keep my hands on the steering wheel. So I can let go for a while and then it will tell me, no, you keep your hands on the steering wheel. But I just love this system so much because when you drive, there's what is that? I can select the distance from the following car I should be at. Just a whole bunch of things. These type of technologies that are actually very expensive options, but they make the drive easy. I mean, look ahead. I'm going on a curve, and I don't need to steer. I've shown this a couple of times in my reviews, and I feel like the Volvo system is one of the best. Remember, this is also the world's safest car brand, if I may say. They really do well. It's gonna give me a chime very soon to say I must put my hands on the steering wheel. It's giving me warnings, and you see now it tells you. So that's like a good 15 seconds where you can lose your focus off the road and fiddle with something in the car, help the kids at the back. But it is pretty spacious with a whole lot of functions where I'll show you how this whole infotainment system with the Hey Google function, and now it's not working. Hey Google, what's the weather like?
Right now in Pretoria Rural it's 24 degrees and partly cloudy. Today, there'll be thunderstorms, with a forecast high of 28 and a low of 19. By the way, if you want to listen to the news while you drive, just say, "Hey Google, play the news."
See, it's a very smart system, but the only thing I don't like about it, it can't do things like Hey Mercedes, where you open the sunroof or the windows or change colors, because there isn't really ambient coloring. There is ambient lighting, but you don't change colors like in the Mercedes Benz and the likes. And man, this is a whole different thing. These games, this is a whole different world. So we'll tap into that soon. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Peace out.